Welcome to the first episode of Ozzy Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the iPad 3 by Apple, of course. It's not a bad device. I've got the 64GB 3G version. It's pretty sharp display. It looks nice, and the actual iPad itself it's nice to hold. It's a good weight. In either orientation, it feels good in your hands. So yeah, it's pretty well built. Okay, the battery life on this is it's not too bad. It's a lot better than the iPhone 4, obviously, because it's a larger device. But you can get a few hours, probably about 10 hours officially, out of it, surfing the web and all that sort of stuff. I find I probably get a day's usage out of it, if not more. But if I'm playing games, that's cut down to about 3 or 4 hours. It seems to chew up a lot of battery when you're downloading either Wi-Fi or 3G, so yeah, it's normally good to keep it plugged in while it's doing that. Okay, so in terms of your email, you'll probably be familiar with this if you own an iPad, but if you're with an iPhone, you're probably just used to seeing this bar, but now you've got a preview on the left, so yeah, it gives you a little update there on the left, which is good format. You've got a few email accounts you can access on the left, or your setup there. Okay, in terms of your photos, it's got a nice display. It organises things into albums, which you can choose how you want to lay that out. In terms of photos, they display well on the display. They look really nice, and the colours are vivid. Loading times aren't too bad. These are very high resolution photos though, so go over to albums, just have a quick look at video. This was imported direct off a GoPro camera. As you can see, the quality is pretty good on it. However, I've got some other videos on here which are playing through VLC Player, which is a third-party application through Cydia now. You can't get it through the App Store anymore. And I've uploaded videos directly from my cameras, and I've had to greatly reduce the file size and the resolution on the videos in order to play them on the iPad, which is pretty poor. It's part of the reason why I got it. This was 1080p video, which has been reduced to, I think, 380 resolution. Yeah, 320 by 240 resolution. So in terms of another move that I've tried to get in, I get this message every time: your iPad is probably too slow to play this movie correctly. Try anyway, and it's a lot better than it should be on another setup. But the way that it's running now, it's still doesn't compare to the quality of the original video. As you can see, there's a lot of pixelation across the top, and it's pretty useless for what I need it for. So that's a big minus for me. There's a few good apps. Obviously, Facebook is nice and simple. You've got access to your feed on the left, your friends on the right. eBay is another good application that I use regularly on this. It's nice and easy with the layout of the iPad. You've got your buying, obviously selling, everything's all set up there for you. I use this app quite regularly. It's called Nightstand. It's a great app. I just leave it running while I'm sleeping. You can set your alarms, and yeah, they go off with your own music or whatever you choose. Okay, we're going to have a look at the Cydia store now. I'm fairly new to this myself. It's basically, I downloaded a program called Absinthe 2.0 on my computer, connected to my iPad, and it did the rest for me. So you get to the home screen, which is here, which is I'm not too sure, but it's just basically an intro screen. You've got your sources where you can download applications from, and there's a whole lot of applications to choose from. Or you can also search for what you're after, so wallpapers. There you go. One app that really stands out from that Cydia store is an app called Installers, which is basically the App Store, but most of the applications are free. if they've been cracked. So as you can see, there's quite a few there. Some of the popular ones, they're all in there for free download. In terms of gaming, these games obviously I've gotten for free from this installer's application. I'll give you an example of the quality of the games. They're very good, to say the least. It's a great gaming platform, especially when you're bored. Just take it with you on the train or whatever and have a go at it. So the loading times are pretty good, the resolution's really good, the feel and how you play is also very good. So I'll just give you a quick intro into this. So yeah, that's pretty much the gaming. But it's a really good interface for games. I've only just got a few on here just to fill in time when I'm bored. Okay, it's got a few applications for video chat. I've chosen to use Skype. Find that the easiest to use, and I'm sure a lot of people out there would too. So you've got your users you can dial. It also has Newsstand, which is basically an application where you can get your favourite newspaper and stuff like that, and you can subscribe. Unfortunately, they're paid, so they're not free. Well, a lot of them aren't free. Some of them are. So you basically flick through, and there's your favourite newspaper, and it's a pretty good interface, nice and clear. Feature about it is remote desktop capability. So I've been connecting to my home computer from work and stuff like that via my iPad. Let me just find the application. Splashtop, there it is. One application I find useful is Microsoft OneNote. I use it for my uni lecture notes and stuff like that. Nice and easy. Type your stuff in, you can export it to email and do a whole lot of other things with it. This screen is perfect for navigation due to the size of it, so it's always nice and easy to see where you are. Fortunately, using it via your car is sometimes difficult because it's a fairly heavy object in terms of a small plastic holder holding it up, so but it's very handy in terms of that. Printing from the iPad is fairly easy via an app called ePrint, where you basically register the printer that you're using via the IP address, and it will print to that printer. So you just put in your IP details and all that, and it'll go through. In terms of the camera quality is pretty good, 5 megapixels. So yeah, I'll just take a quick picture. We'll have a look at that, and that's what you're seeing. Okay, so the worst thing about this and pretty much every Apple device is the Apple jail that they put it in. So the actual device itself in terms of hardware is capable of a lot more than they allow it to be. They restrict it a lot. I don't know why they're doing it, but it's a bad business model and it's going to bite them in the ass eventually with all the new tablets coming out. So the best thing that I can advise to do if you buy one of these is to jailbreak it. Put Cydia on it, and it opens up a whole new range of features. You can actually play around with the iPad itself. Also download a program called iFunbox, and you can get into the raw file structure of the actual iPad and transfer files into any folder that you want to basically and create new ones. So it opens up the iPad and its capabilities quite a bit, but it's still not there. In terms of uses for the device, I use it a lot for work, take it to uni as well. I found that this here, a ZAG keypad cover, which the iPad slides into pretty easily, is a good thing to have. So yeah, you can basically start a new note, give it a couple of taps to start the device, and tap away to your heart's content. So So it makes it a lot easier than using the touchscreen of the iPad, which, as everyone knows, with the iPhone gets really annoying. If you don't buy this case, it's probably a good idea to buy a case, a keyboard included, just because it gets annoying using the touchpad. In terms of the actual screen on this, get yourself a screen protector. They're $2 on eBay and they'll save a whole lot of damage to your screen. As you can see, mine's, I don't know if you can see, but mine's pretty scratched up already, and that's just a screen protector. I just peel one off and put a new one on. In terms of things you should buy for your iPad, screen protector is probably the best one. Covers your screen and protects all from damage, basically from scratches and all that sort of stuff. Your Zag keep pad. You can also buy camera adapters which plug into the base of this and give you a USB port and an SD card for transferring files and videos straight to the iPad, which is also a good thing to have. Also, iPads need a specific iPad charger. They're a higher output than the normal iPhone 4 chargers. So when you plug that into your computer or the iPhone 4 charger, you'll often get a not charging displayed up in the battery. That's because it's not getting enough output. It actually is charging, but at a very slow rate. So get yourself a good iPad charger. In terms of would you buy it, I'd say have a look at what else is out there. There's so many other tablets and companies offering new products, and Apple's starting to fall behind, in my opinion. They're trying to restrict their users too much in what they can and can't do with the device, and it's just getting frustrating, especially with so many options to choose from now. Samsung's coming out with some good tablets. Overall, I'd give this a 3 out of 5. It's probably lost a star for me because it can't play the high definition video that I wanted, which is a basic expectation these days. Other than that, it does everything I want to pretty well, but it could do it a lot better.